लाइव। यू आर लाइव। ओके। तो आज का ये लाइव स्ट्रीम क्या किस बारे में होने वाला है? अ, थोड़ा साइंस वाइंस के बारे में बात करते हैं इसमें। ठीक है। आई हैव इंटरेस्ट इन स्पेस, एलियन एंड स्टफ। ठीक है, तो उस बारे में बात करेंगे। क्या क्या है मतलब, समझ रहे हो ना? तो सो हम्म, तो आज मैं एक्चुअली मैंने लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग शुरू किया है ना, तो मैंने देखा था कि मैं देख रहा था कि मतलब क्या टाइम लगता है, कब तक मेरे यूजर्स बढ़ेंगे, है ना? तो मतलब यार थोड़े बहुत तो यूजर्स चाहिए होते हैं ना यार, कुछ थोड़े बहुत तो चाहिए होते हैं ना, देखे ना ऐसे बिना किसी के मतलब कुछ है नहीं है। और वो कर रहे हो तो मजा नहीं आता है ज्यादा। तो मैं देख रहा था कि मतलब आ, किसके कितने सब्सक्राइबर्स हैं और ये सब। तो मैंने देखा कि मतलब बहुत सब्सक्राइबर्स थे। तो मेरा थोड़ा मोरल डाउन डाउन हो गया कि यार यहाँ तो कुछ भी नहीं है। तो मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि मैं अपना अपना ये लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग चालू रखूं, या फिर उससे पहले मैं वीडियोस डालूं, थोड़े से इनफ सब्सक्राइबर गैदर कर लूं, थोड़ा बहुत सब्सक्राइबर्स आ जाए, उसके बाद मैं लाइव स्ट्रीम किया करूं कभी कभार, है ना? तो यही मैं सोच रहा था यार। करेंगे, देखेंगे क्या होता है। बट अभी के लिए तो करते ना अपना स्ट्रीम। तो आज हम लोग साइंस के बारे में बात करेंगे थोड़ा। एक्चुअली कंपैरिजन मैंने किया, एक्चुअली कंपैरिजन नहीं करना चाहिए इतना, बट थोड़ा इंफॉर्मेशन भी लेनी चाहिए। चल क्या रहा है भाई, क्या टाइम, कितना टाइम लगता है चीज़ों में, या समझ रहे हो ना? वैसे बोलता है ना, कंपैरिजन इज अ थीफ ऑफ जॉय। बात तो सही है यार। जैसे मैंने कंपेयर किया तो मेरे को अपना लाइव स्ट्रीम करने पर सवाल उठ गया कि मैं करूं या नहीं। तो मैं वही सोच रहा था, करूंगा। मैं वीडियोस भी डाला करूंगा। आज भी मैंने एक वीडियो डाला है मस्त, है ना? देखना थोड़ा। आज मैंने मतलब उस वीडियो में मैंने कुछ नहीं किया भाई। मस्त अपना एआई से मैंने कैमरा लिया। एआई से मैंने मस्त अपना एक चैट जीपीटी से एक स्टोरी लिखवाया। ठीक है। और एक एआई मिला था, उससे मैंने टेक्स्ट टू टेक्स्ट टू वो टेक्स्ट टू स्पीच जनरेट किया। अब वो स्पीच जनरेट करके वो मेरे को ऐसे डाउनलोड करने नहीं दे रहा था। ठीक है। तो मैंने क्या किया, उसमें ही वो टेक्स्ट चला के ऑडियो, और अपना रिकॉर्डर में रिकॉर्ड कर लिया ऑडियो, सिस्टम का ऑडियो। और फिर एक वीडियो मिला के डेविंची में और उसको डाल दिया। मस्त। यार दिखाता हूँ क्या डाला हूँ। कुछ थोड़ा बहुत व्यू भी आए हैं, एक दो तो मेरे ही हैं, बाकी कुछ लोगों ने देखा है। मैं होप कर रहा हूँ यार। उफ, बेंचो। अभी तक मेरा 100 व्यूज किसी पे नहीं आया, ठीक है, तो मैं मिनिमम होप कर रहा हूँ कि 100 व्यूज आ जाए। मैं दिखाता हूँ वीडियो कौन सा था, ठीक है, उससे पहले मैं थोड़ा ये टॉपिक देखूं। ना गुड। तो यार मुझे इतना नींद आ रहा है आज, थक गया हूँ, मुझे लग रहा है आज मैं ज्यादा देर तक भी नहीं कर पाऊंगा ये। ठीक है, तो आज मैंने मस्त, ये तो लाइव अभी अपना चल रहा है, वीडियो डाला था मैंने, ये रहा। ठीक है, ये पूरा वीडियो जनरेट, ऑडियो से।
घने जंगल के बीच एक वीरान शहर में एक पुराना होटल था जिसे सालों पहले
वॉइस, स्टोरी, वीडियो, कुछ भी मेरा नहीं है इसमें, ठीक है, मस्त मैंने सारा मर्ज करके डाल दिया है। बस 7 व्यू आए अभी इस पे, बस ज्यादा नहीं आए।
ही लोग छोड़ चुके थे, लेकिन होटल की
क्या हो रहा है
कहानियां
ब्रो?
अब भी लोगों की जुबान पर थीं। अजीबो गरीब घटनाएं, रहस्यमयी गुमशुदगी
अभी अभी मेरे को आ रही है इतनी उबासी, मेरे को इतनी देर से आ नहीं रही थी।
और एक ऐसा कमरा जिसे हमेशा के लिए सील कर दिया गया था। कमरा 13। एक रात 4 दोस्त
भाई सही में रात में इसको सुनोगे ना, हेडफोन लगा के रात में सुनोगे इसे बैठ के, फट जाएगी तुम्हारी। मैं तो नहीं मैं तो सुनी है, एक्चुअली मैंने बनाई है तो ये अपना साइंस के बारे में आज बात करनी है हमको। तो साइंस मैं फॉलो करता हूँ एक, ये तुम लोग ने सुना होगा या नहीं, नील डिग्रेस टाइसन, स्टार्ट हो गया उसका। नील डिग्रेस टाइसन के वीडियोस देखते हैं, ठीक है, बहुत सही सही चीजें बताते हैं ये।
Do you like crazy astronomical facts?
यस
I got
यस
one
यस यस, आई डू लाइक इट।
for you. The energy created in the center of the sun takes between 10 and 100 million years to get out of the sun. Upon
100 million years to get out of the sun, भाई साहब।
exiting the sun, it then travels the 93 million miles to Earth in 8
in
minutes
eight
and 20
minutes
seconds. So that was a long, hard fought journey to reach us. Just saying. The sun, busy at work, keeping us warm and anybody else who uses sunlight, like all the other planets of the solar system. And aliens who are possibly looking out into the galaxy, wondering if around a star that we call the sun has a planet that might have life. Do you like crazy astronomical?
भाई साहब, एक नंबर फैक्ट्स पता था, एक नंबर, मेरे को आज तक नहीं पता था कि सन के बीच में जो एनर्जी क्रिएट होता है वो सन की सरफेस तक आने के लिए 100 ले लेता है, 10 to 100 million years।
Did any of you see that Netflix film called Don't Look Up? This
हाँ, बहुत मस्त मूवी है, डोंट लुक अप, वॉच इट।
fictional tale of an asteroid that's coming, and the astrophysicist warns society, and no one believes them. Everything I know about social media, politics, how people interact with science, and all the deniers out there, everything I know about that tells me that movie was instead a documentary. Did any of you see that Netflix film called Don't Look Up? This fictional tale of an asteroid.
क्या है यार, मेरा कैमरा ही हिल गया पूरा। एक मिनट, एक मिनट। अब ठीक है, मैं देखूं जरा मैं दिख रहा हूँ कि नहीं। हाँ ठीक है यार, तो वो पकड़ दूँ इसे। मस्त, एक नंबर। अब लात नहीं मारना है, मेरी लात लग जाती है उसमें।
Do you think?
Did any of you see that Netflix film called
Do you think that we might just be a simulation of something else?
I wish I had a good argument against that, and I do not. Just start with a real universe. You say, I'm going to program a universe in your computer and give the life forms in there the belief that they have free will. Then those life forms create a universe within their computer, allowing their life forms to think they have free will. And it's computers all the way down. Now you close your eyes and throw a dart. Which of all of these universes are you most likely to hit? Because only one of them is real, and all the rest are simulations. Just the statistics of that tell us we are probably in a simulation. And further evidence for this is some brilliant alien in his parents' basement is programming us, and anytime tranquility descends upon the earth, something comes in to ruin the whole thing. And I think they program that in just to keep them entertained. They'll throw in Brexit, they'll throw in wars, just weird stuff just so that they can watch and be entertained while they eat popcorn. I was told once that anytime peace does break out, it's because they were called for dinner from their parents.
Do you think that we might just
क्या लगता है भाई ऐसा है? मतलब थ्योरी देख रहे हो उसका, एक कोई भी चीज है ना, कोई भी चीज तुम इस पे थ्रो करो तो उसको लॉजिकली एक्सप्लेन कर देता है उसको। मतलब हम सोचेंगे हम सिमुलेशन में है या नहीं है भाई। हाँ तो हम कहेंगे नहीं भाई, हम पे लाइफ फॉर्म है, हम पे हार्ड ये बोन्स है, स्ट्रक्चर है, चीजें हम पे, हम कैसे कह सकते हो तुम हम सिमुलेशन में नहीं है? मतलब मैं अभी ये स्ट्रीम कर रहा हूँ तो मेरे मास्टर जो होगा जो मुझे सिमुलेट कर रहा होगा, मैं उसकी इच्छा से कर रहा हूँ ये। इसका मतलब मेरा फ्री विल नहीं है कुछ। जितने क्राइम्स होते हैं ये सब किसी भाई साहब
be a simulation of
If aliens crossed the galaxy in whatever is their spaceship and arrived at Earth just to throw some balloons across North America, I'm thinking, really? Really? We have crowdsourced any possible alien invasion on this Earth because there's 6 billion smartphones in the world and everybody can take a high resolution still frame or video camera. We have 1 million people at any moment who are airborne. We can look out their windows. I need better evidence than just we don't know what it is, therefore it's alien. Our capacity to detect alien life with the crowd.
वो देखा होगा ना, तुम लोग कहते हैं कि भाई साहब हमारे ऊपर से और हमेशा तुम एलियंस का या यूएफओस का वीडियोस आता ना बैड पिक्चर क्वालिटी में, जबकि हमारे पास इतने एचडी कैमरास हैं, सब कुछ है, हमेशा बैड पिक्चर क्वालिटी में आता है। क्यों भाई, क्यों?
Sourcing of eyes on Earth tells me that it's less convincing than ever before. Correct. If aliens cross the galaxy in what Ben and Jerry's, they make ice cream. Right? They got in trouble one day because someone found trace amounts of glyphosate in their ice cream, like parts per billion. Okay.
Okay.
What is glyphosate?
I don't
It is an herbicide manufactured by Monsanto, which is a chemical agriculture company. And so they did the right business thing. They said, okay, we will never do this again. Do you realize there's something called an LD50? So lethal dose 50. Everything has a LD50, everything. It's the amount of this substance you would have to ingest for half of the people to die who ingest it. Water has an LD50. Sucrose, regular sugar, has an LD50. The smaller the LD50, the more lethal the substance is. That would make sense. LD50 for glyphosate is slightly worse than your LD50 for salt. To die from the trace amounts of glyphosate, you'd have to consume 30 million pints of the ice cream. However, 30 pints, you'll die from the sucrose. Ben and Jerry's.
Oh.
They make ice cream. Right? They got in trouble.
How many ultra marathons did you run in a row?
I ran 800s in 8 weekends in a row.
And think about that, ladies and gentlemen. 800s means 8 100-mile races, 8 weekends in a row. A 100-mile race will put you out for fucking 6 months.
Right.
You know, you ran 8 of them, 8 weekends. It's a fucking insane accomplishment. How many ultra marathons did you run in a row?
I ran 8.
डेविड गॉगिंस भाई खतरनाक आदमी है भाई, इसके बारे में बात करेंगे अलग से। लेजेंड
News of a
Back in the 90s, I
टाइम ट्रेवल का एक क्वेश्चन है भाई, टाइम ट्रेवल पॉसिबल है या नहीं? ठीक है, पहला तो ये तो पॉसिबल है और होता भी है, ये मैंने नील डिग्रेस टाइसन से ही सीखा था। बट टाइम ट्रेवल कहाँ, बैक या फॉरवर्ड? तो पास में जाना इम्पॉसिबल है, ठीक है, बट फ्यूचर का होता है। कैसे होता है? अगर तुम स्पीड ऑफ लाइट से ज्यादा ट्रेवल कर सकते हो, ठीक है, जैसे मैं गया स्पीड ऑफ लाइट से, अर्थ से दूर गया, ठीक है, कुछ लाइट ईयर्स आगे गया विद द स्पीड ऑफ लाइट, ठीक है, तो अर्थ का रोटेशन जो होगा वो जल्दी होगा, ठीक है, और मैं ट्रेवल कर रहा हूँ आगे और मैं बैक आया ना, तो मेरे को सपोज 2 साल लगे, तो पर अर्थ ज्यादा, मतलब अर्थ पे वो ज्यादा ईयर हो गए होंगे, तो एक तरीके से मैं फ्यूचर में आ गया, ठीक है, मुझे 2 ही साल लगे हैं पर अर्थ 5-6 साल आगे है अभी, समझे? तो इस टाइप से वो, मतलब मैं एग्जैक्टली पूरा नहीं बता पाया।
did some work with a colleague named John Hawley. At the time, we were trying to figure out how you make black holes. The hard part of doing that, gravity is present, and of course, gravity ultimately is the reason that things make compact objects.
Wait, you will go so far back to a time before we knew how to make black holes?
I would go back to a time when black holes were controversial.
Oh, okay.
You know, there was a time when respectable astrophysicists didn't talk about it in mixed company.
Okay,
Yeah, you know, if you read it, you put a fake cover on it. And so people wouldn't know. Back in the 90s,
if we're about 8,000 miles across, if you look up the diameter of the sun, it'll give you something like 864,000 miles, something like that. Let's round that down just so the numbers come out fun. Call it 800,000 miles across.
It's 100 times bigger.
So you can take Earth
100.
and position it 100 times back to back, belly to belly, and you'll span the width of the sun. By the way, that's about the size of sunspots. So the sun has blemishes larger than Earth.
The Earth.
If it's 100 times across, that means it's also 100 times deep. And it would be 100 times top to bottom.
That's 100 times 100 times 100.
So if the sun were hollow, you could pour a million Earths into it.
Wow.
And still have room left over.
Obviously पता है ये सन बहुत बड़ा है भाई।
If you seek the truth, my son, be aware that the truth has many faces. One face may deceive you into thinking that it is the face of the answer to that question. Let you not be blinded by how authentic its truth may seem, because others will be speaking their truth quietly and clearly, and you must listen to them as well.
Do I have to snatch a pebble from your hand now?
Go ahead. Snatch the pebble from my...
Wow, you got some quick reflexes, man. All right.
You do it. You do it.
Oh, snap!
ये क्या?
We've seen in the Marvel universe, Wolverine and Deadpool both have some
ये नया है।
uncommon ability to regenerate from injury.
There's regeneration and there's healing. Wolverine heals. Deadpool regenerates. Because like when you watch, it grows like it's a baby leg first.
So that's a difference I had not appreciated. We've seen Wolverine get shot and then the bullet just sort of comes out of him, heals over, and there's no scar at all. So that's just healing. And Deadpool, you're saying, is like what a newt would do.
Yes.
The tail comes off, he just grows another tail. Between Deadpool and Wolverine, which of them has more biomechanical authenticity?
I mean, neither. Those are not good choices. No, both are a big no, but they're fun.
That's a total cop-out. We've seen in the Marvel...
eventually ये पूछ रहा है कि मतलब क्या हो सकता है, ऐसा हो सकता है कि वो रीजनरेट कर रहा है और वो हील कर रहा है. Answer for now.
Remind us, if you would, about the 100-year Starship project.
It was initiated to kind of inject an enthusiasm for space travel and spaceflight. If you look back at what the Apollo missions did, not just the economy, but for technology that we're still using today, it really transformed our world to the point that we're living in the space age. We have cell phones because they needed to communicate with the astronauts. They decided in 1961 to go to the moon. What if we had decided that in 1869? What would our technology and world look like today? Stop saying it's impossible, because in 1869, they thought it was impossible too. It doesn't matter if we don't get there, if we can get all the things that we need to do so. Even if we didn't land on the moon, all of the technology that was built around trying to make that happen really transformed our world.
Remind us, if you would, about the 100-year Starship project.
बहुत लोग ऐसे हैं जो अभी तक बिलीव करते हैं कि अमेरिका कभी मून पे नहीं गया. In 69 they faked it. एक मूवी आई है अभी, फ्लाई मी टू मून, ठीक है. मैंने वो देखी नहीं है, बट उसका डिस्क्रिप्शन फ्लाई स्कारलेट जोहानसन और चैनिंग टैटम है इसमें. उसका यही है कि मतलब फ्लाई मी टू मून के टाइम पे लोग ने है ना, सॉरी 69 में इन लोग ने, यूएस ने एक कंपनी आई थिंक हायर की थी कि अगर नहीं लैंड कर पाए तो तुम फेक करना मून लैंडिंग. आई थिंक यही है इसका. लेट मी, मूवी नहीं, कास्ट नहीं, आईएमडी पे पढ़ते हैं. नहीं है बस. क्या डिस्क्रिप्शन क्या है इसका? स्टोरी लाइन ये रहा. स्टारिंग कॉमेडी historic Apollo 11 moon landing brought to fix NASA public image, spark fly in all directions, marketing, somewhere havoc, difficult tasks, the White House mission too important to fail, the countdown begins. इसमें नहीं लिखा है. Shit. ऐसे यार ये यहीं दे देता है, कहाँ है? रिव्यू रॉटन पे उड़ते हैं, रॉटन पे कहीं पर लिखा ही नहीं अच्छे से यार, क्या बकचोदी है. ओके ये
project.
It was initiated to...
This is NASA. This is the rest of what the U.S. government is spending money on. Are you really telling me don't spend that on space? No, that's a waste of money. fold this back into the 99.65% of the federal budget to make everything better. Really? If NASA received the budget people thought it was getting, it would have a way bigger budget than 0.35 of 1 cent out of a tax dollar. All I'm saying is, I don't think you have an argument to suggest that we're spending too much money on NASA.
Schrodinger's cat.
That's economic stock.
Everything in the box, the air, the light, everything moving around in the background interacts differently with the awake cat running around trying to get out and the asleep cat just snoring peacefully on the ground.
Is there a world where I open the box and I see the awake cat as a different world from the one in which I open the box and it's asleep?
There will be two worlds, and it happens long before you open the box, because as soon as the other stuff in the box, as soon as the photons and the atoms and everything become entangled with the cat, boom, there's two worlds.
So where are those two worlds? Or is that the wrong question?
That's the wrong question. The worlds are not located in space. Space is located in each world.
Holy crap.
He knows it.
I gotta go. I gotta go.
I don't believe anything anymore. It's
Space is located in world.
there is no God. Oh no.
Schrodinger's cat. Everything in the box, the air, the light, everything moving around in the background interacts differently with the awake cat running around trying to get out and the asleep cat just snoring peacefully on the ground.
Is there a world where I open the box and I see the awake cat as...
If you think our solar system has just 8 planets, well, think again. And we're not talking about Pluto. The sun's secret
हाँ ये क्या नया आ
stash
गया
of
भाई?
planets might just blow your mind. 8 planets, right? Sure, if you're counting what's cozy in the heliosphere. But 2,000 astronomical units away, beyond the Oort cloud, the sun is hiding something huge. Scientists believe that our sun is a cosmic collector, snatching up rogue planets just like it does comets and asteroids. And get this, some of those captures are as big as Jupiter. The sun's capture zone reaches a mind-blowing 3.81 light years, right up to our neighbor Alpha Centauri. So it's like cosmic collectors trading rare finds across the universe. 8 planets might be enough for some, but our sun is a completionist. It's gotta catch them all. And speaking of cosmic captures, meteors can pack quite the punch. Check out our latest video with Neil deGrasse Tyson and Chuck Nice, where we discuss just...
You have your own asteroid?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't mean to brag or anything. By the way, there are a lot of asteroids, so there's a limit to how big your head can get, which you get an asteroid named after you. Just saying.
I don't know about that. That's not bad. I mean, can you see it? Now that's the thing.
The person who discovers the asteroid has the power to name it after any person, place, or thing.
Wow, that I'm going to say.
Yeah. So that's an honor. It's honor.
That's more than an honor. That's like naming a child after somebody.
Oh,
you know?
Okay. Okay.
I mean, honestly, that asteroid's going to be there long after we're all gone. Your kid's going to die.
That's true.
So
that's true.
If you named your kid after me, it'd be like, okay, that's an honor for like what, 70 years, 310. All right. Yeah. It's not like your kid's going to live forever. I was named after Chuck Nice. No, but that asteroid will be there for generations to come.
Long
that's
after I'm dead.
That's a serious honor. You have your own asteroid?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So Earth.
वैसे मून पे ना लैंड खरीद सकते हैं लोग. If you have money, you can buy land on moon. मतलब क्या तुम जाओगे नहीं उधर, को एक पेपर मिल जाएगा सर्टिफिकेट, हाँ भाई लैंड खरीदा इसने. हाँ वो था ना सुशांत सिंह राजपूत, उसने भी खरीदी हुई थी मून पे लैंड. I think I remember.
Earth is plowing into the meteors to create the meteor shower. That means the backside of Earth is not getting the brunt of it, only the front side. Half of that is darkness and the other half is light. Every part of that side of the Earth is equally susceptible to meteor showers. The problem is, after the sun rises, you're not going to see them. So the best time to view meteors is between midnight and dawn, because that's the dark side of the Earth that's on the leading edge of Earth's movement around the sun. You can go out at 10 p.m., you might catch one or two, but the rate rapidly goes up after midnight.
After midnight. Oh, so it's a late night party.
It's a late night party. Yeah. And the reason why the Perseids are the most famous is it happens in the summertime.
Right.
So Earth is plowing into the meteors to create the meteor shower. That means the backside of Earth is not getting the brunt of it, only the front side. Half of that is darkness and the other half is light.
Hey Star Talk community, I'm Anais, your
T. Corona Borealis has been repeating this every 80 years. Tell me about LIDAR. We've all heard radar, right? Which is, of course, an acronym for how you get a ticket.
Yeah. So LIDAR stands for light detection and ranging. A sensor system is flown on a helicopter or an airplane or a drone, and it sends down millions of pulse beams of light. And you end up with a 3D point cloud model. And if there's a pyramid or canals or terracing, any kind of structures that indicate ancient settlement in that area, they are going to be obvious. There's really this LIDAR revolution.
Tell me about LIDAR. We've all heard radar, right? Which is, of course, what is space archaeology?
रेडार रेडियो वेव्स एमिट करता है, लाइडर लाइट से डिटेक्ट करते हैं, फोटॉन्स मतलब फोटॉन्स एमिट करते हैं ये लोग. Nice.
A researcher named Miles Standish asked a question. What are the observatories that obtain the positions of Neptune, leading us to say that it's not following Newton's laws? One of the observatories was the U.S. Naval Observatory.
Okay.
And he goes back to the observations and finds out somebody did something to the telescope before those observations were made. Anytime you do something to a scientific instrument, you have to calibrate it. He said, what would happen if I ignore these measurements and fit the orbit to the remaining measurements that are out there? When he did that, Neptune landed right on Newton's laws.
What?
And Planet X evaporated overnight. It was bad data.
So Pluto's mass had no effect on
No effect.
Neptune
No,
at
no,
all.
no, nothing.
ये बीच में से चला है तो I'm not aware of क्या बात कर.
The way the neutrino was predicted was from looking at these particle decays and finding that the energy budget was not adding up. And so the idea was maybe there's an invisible particle that's carrying away some additional energy.
Was this Enrico Fermi?
Yes.
So what I like about this is he's
wild.
like, look, folks, I can't explain this. Let's make some shit up.
Yes. But geniuses make up shit that's right.
There's a quote. That's a quote. That's a bumper sticker right there.
That's it. I'm getting a t-shirt. I'm getting that t-shirt. That's awesome.
The way the neutrino was predicted.
न्यूट्रिनो मतलब बजट बजट जितना होना था उतना नहीं हुआ तो भाई कुछ और भी डिटेक्ट हो रहा है.
These two sports are fundamentally about.
I come to you for these frontier conversations. The Higgs mass that a particle would have is only for
When you're looking at the BM.
Organized collections of 10.
आई थिंक कोई डिग्रेस टाइसन का वीडियो देखेंगे ना तो ज्यादा.
news of a
कौन सा देखें? What we don't see the sun or meteors. What do you think we should discuss about? Meteors का देखते हैं.
On Facebook,
sun का देखते हैं.
Ronak's love for coffee got deeper. Get more into what you're into. Facebook.
Chuck out another explainer.
Awesome.
The diameter of the sun.
Okay, this sounds boring.
The diameter of the Earth is about 8,000 miles. And
Thank you. And that's it. Because did not know that, so I'm already good.
It's about 8,000 miles.
About 8,000 miles.
Okay. And from that, you can know their circumference if you remembered pi.
Okay.
The circumference equals pi times the diameter.
8,000 माइल मतलब 13,000 किलोमीटर का डायमीटर है करीब.
And how much is pi?
3.14 of something something.
Exactly. So a little over 3.
Right.
So you multiply 8,000 miles times 3 and a little bit, you get at least 24,000 miles around and some change. It's about 25,000 mile circumference.
Right.
Okay. Fine. And I think we did on a separate explainer that the diameter of Earth pole to pole is less than the diameter of Earth
in the equator.
At the equator. I think we talked about that. The Earth is slightly
correctly circular नहीं है. Earth slightly ऐसी है bulge, oval shape.
Oblate spheroid.
Yeah,
I think
that's what an oblate spheroid is.
Right,
You're
that's what-
flattened top to bottom.
Okay, yeah.
The sun is also shorter top to bottom than across its equator.
Interesting.
Not by much, but it's measurable. Okay. So when someone asks, what's the diameter of the sun? What answer are you going to give them? Are you going to give them pole to pole? You're going to give them across the diameter? You're going to take the average of those two? I just want you to appreciate that when you look up a numerical answer to a question,
right,
depending on what it's answering, the question might not have an actual answer. We just have to sort of set the rule. The diameters are going to be across the equator for everybody.
What's the diameter?
Oh, that's, you need the high frequency.
Right, you need, that lets them know that it's not exact.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you say, all right, let's say we do equator. Now you look up at the sun with filters, then you see this sharp edge. All right? The edge of the sun has an edge.
Right.
Okay? But wait. The sun is made of what?
Plasma.
Plasma, it's just gas, basically.
yeah.
Okay?
Helium.
Plasma gas. When's the last time you saw gas have a sharp edge to it?
That'd be my Uncle Daryl.
When that smell moved across the room, it had a sharp edge.
Sharp edge.
You either in it or out of it.
Man, it's time to go. Yeah.
The spherical ball that is the sun,
Right.
the oblate spheroid that is the sun, we speak of an edge, but that's an edge made of gas.
Right.
Okay?
How do you even have that?
That's my point. It's like Earth's atmosphere.
Right.
Where's the edge of Earth's atmosphere? No, there's no edge.
Right.
It's gas that becomes sort of thinner and thinner.
And you know you reached it when you're like,
So when we see the sharp edge of the sun,
ये आदमी साइंटिस्ट नहीं है, ये है.
in practice, we were referring to what's called the photosphere.
Oh.
The photosphere is a layer of the sun's atmosphere, which is the last point of contact with the photon trying to get out of the sun.
oh, okay.
Okay? And now the photon can move at the speed of light in a straight line. Until that point, it was bouncing back and forth among other molecules and other atoms
Right.
and other particles. By the way, had that photon been moving in straight lines, you'd be able to see deep inside the sun.
Oh.
That's what light moving in straight lines means.
Right. Yes.
Why is a window transparent to you? Because the light moved in a straight line through the window.
Right.
But then I smoke the window. What do you do when you
Frost
the window?
Right.
And now the light, I can't get through. I got to jiggle a little bit. I'll still come through, but I'm not in a straight line.
Right.
You cannot see through the window.
No, yeah.
Fuck. If light can travel straight through my wall, we'll be able to see the other side, what's other side of the wall. That is why we cannot see what's other side of some things where light. मैं इंग्लिश पर क्यों आ गया? मैं इंग्लिश में देख रहे हैं पर हम हाँ, लाइट सीधा ट्रेवल करेगा तो हमको दिखेगा, चिकल करेगा तो हमको नहीं दिखेगा.
The window's lit up, but you can't see what's on the other
You
side.
can't. The light's coming through, but it's
Right.
not a straight line.
Not a straight line.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the photon gets to this place, an edge, where it can now escape for free. There's not enough above it to keep bouncing around.
Right.
That edge is the photosphere, and that is our definition of the edge of the sun. That's only using visible light.
Oh, God.
Okay.
I knew there had to be a twist to this.
So we are visible light biased.
Right.
I don't mind that, but don't declare that this be the diameter of the sun if the diameter of the sun is simply what your own damn eyeball can see.
Right. Wait.
Okay?
Oh, my.
Right? So if you look at the sun in X-rays,
okay,
it has a different diameter.
Really?
X-ray photons are coming from a different place.
Okay.
A different surface. So we are biased. And I think we need the occasional reminder that we are eyeball biased. Diameter of the sun is where the visible light comes from. And specifically, yellow light. Okay, right in the middle of the spectrum. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. Right in the middle. Let me keep going.
Go ahead.
There's a layer of sun's atmosphere on top of that.
On top of this photosphere?
Yes. You know what that's called? The corona.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's part of the sun.
That's part of the sun.
Why is your diameter not including that?
Right.
That's part of the sun. The corona, depending on where the sun is in its cycle, could be really big or really small. So that changes. On an 11-year cycle.
ऐसा अभी मुझे ऐसा लगा ना, मतलब ऐसे हुआ, मैं अर्थ ऐसे हुआ। स्टूडेंट भी नहीं हूँ भाई।
Cycle. But wait,
मेरा कुर्सी ली
the
शायद।
sun has a magnetic field that extends beyond the corona.
Right.
That's called the magnetosphere. Shouldn't that be part of the diameter of the sun?
It's part of it.
Like part of the sun?
It's part of it.
All right.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, if you seek the truth, my son, be aware that the truth has many faces. One face may deceive you into thinking that it is the face of the answer to that question. Let you not be blinded by how authentic its truth may seem, because others will be speaking their truth quietly and clearly, and you must listen to them as well.
Do I have to snatch a pebble from your hand now?
Go
सही है भाई। किसका क्या ट्रुथ है क्या पता। जिसको तुमको जितना ट्रुथ दिख रहा है शायद उतना ना हो, बट वो तुमको दिख रहा है कुछ हिडन ट्रुथ जो तुमको ट्रुथ दिख रहा है उसको पूरा करे।
Snatch the pebble from
That holds for society also,
my
not just science.
Wow, you got some quick reflexes, man. All right.
You do it. You do it.
Oh, snap! You have some really, like, uncannily fast reflexes, like, there shouldn't be. Whoa!
Wouldn't it be cool if building a website felt like working in your favorite design tool? With Framer,
I'm enjoying it. Science ये तो मैं enjoy करता हूँ पूरा। Wait, my dog wants to come in. एक मिनट। आज सो जा कर। वो खेल रही है मेरे साथ बेला। Let's talk science now.
You are not ready, my son. Come back another time. Okay, one last fun fact about the sun.
Okay.
All right. If we're about 8,000 miles across,
right?
If you look up the diameter of the sun, it'll give you something like 864,000 miles, something like that.
Jesus.
Visible light to our eyeball. उतना बोल रहे हैं.
Okay. All right. So now,
कोरोना और infrared light ऐड नहीं कर रहा.
let's round that down just so the numbers come out fun.
So
Call it 800,000 miles across.
It's 100 times bigger.
It's 100 times.
100 times.
100 times across. So you can take Earth
100.
and position it 100 times back to back, belly to belly, and you'll span the width of the sun.
Wow.
Okay, 100 times. Now, by the way, that's about the size of sunspots. So the sun has blemishes larger than Earth.
the Earth.
Just so you know.
Jeez.
All right. So now, if it's 100 times across, that means it's also 100 times deep.
Deep. Yeah.
It would be 100 times top to bottom. So how many Earths could fit
Can you
into
just
a hollow
pour
sun?
into the
Pour
sun?
into the sun.
That's 100 times 100 times 100.
Give me what that number is.
A million.
100 cubed.
Thank you, Chuck, for that precise response. 100 times 100 is 10,000.
Right. And
100 times 10,000 million.
And then?
That's it. I did it 3 times already.
Okay,
It's
right.
A million. So if the sun were hollow, you could pour
pour
a million Earths into it.
Wow.
And still have room left over. Damn. Yep. Yet, for millennia, people were walking around saying the sun and the moon were like the same thing on the sky, and we're the center of the universe. If you read Genesis literally, the earth was created before the sun and the moon. And when we came to these realizations over the millennia, over the centuries, it was like, no, we're not making Earth first and then assembling something a million times larger and have it orbit the Earth.
Right.
That ain't how the universe
Yeah,
works.
it doesn't, yeah.
That ain't how that goes.
We're not that special.
All right, Chuck, that's it.
There you go.
That's all I got for you.
Well, the most impressive thing about this explainer is your freakishly fast reflexes. I have to say. It makes no sense at all.
अब हम देखेंगे डायनासोर के बारे में.
So, Chuck, a couple of years ago, we did an explainer on
मतलब मीटियोर हाँ हुआ, हिट हुआ, मतलब क्या हुआ उसका, उस मीटियोर का एक्सप्लेनेशन देखते हैं.
meteor showers.
Okay, yes.
All right. And I thought I'd add a couple of things to it. It was only days ago where a very bright fireball came across the New York skyline.
Yes. Yes. And people were looking and they were like, this is it. It's over. This is the opening of the movie.
So what is a fireball? It's simply a bigger meteor.
एक मूवी है डोंट लुक अप, मैं दिखाता हूँ, ठीक है. डोंट लुक अप, मतलब इसमें 2 साइंटिस्ट होते हैं, वो बताता है कि भाई एक एस्ट्रॉइड आ रहा है, हिट करेगा हम लोग को, ठीक है. पूरा सबको बताना चाहते हैं कि भाई देखो ये एस्ट्रॉइड आ रहा है, पर कोई इतना मानता नहीं है. जब मानते हैं इनकी बातें तो वो सोचता है कि भाई साहब पैसा कैसे बनाया जाए. तो एक कंपनी आती है कि हम उस मीटियोर को तोड़ेंगे, उसमें से और निकालेंगे, वो ट्रिलियंस ऑफ वर्थ का होगा. बट ऑब्वियसली वो लोग तोड़ नहीं पाते हैं उसको. इन बोला स्पेस में ही हम उसको तोड़ देंगे और उसको फिर गैदर करके हम अर्थ पे लेके आएंगे और उससे हम मिलियंस ऑफ डॉलर्स कमाएंगे. मैं वो ऑब्वियसली वो तोड़ नहीं पाते हैं उसे और वो स्ट्रक कर जाता है अर्थ को एंड एवरीवन डाइज. इट वाज अ गुड मूवी. मैंने देखा है. एक्चुअली मैं मूवी एंथुसियास्ट हूँ यार. मतलब बढ़िया बढ़िया मूवी देखता हूँ, बहुत मूवी देखता हूँ मैं यार. मूवी शोज. एक वेबसाइट बताऊंगा तुमको, आई थिंक मैं बताया भी होंगे शायद पहले. 1 नंबर, सब फ्री में देखो. तुमको कुछ Amazon प्राइम, नेटफ्लिक्स कुछ नहीं चाहिए तुमको, कोई ओटीटी नहीं चाहिए, सब उस पे आता है इन HD. ये यार थोड़ा धीरे चलता है उसमें, मतलब बीच बीच में सिग्नल चले जाते हैं उसके, तो सर्वर चेंज करना पड़ेगा, रिफ्रेश करना पड़ेगा, बट होता सब है उसमें, ठीक है. और ऐसा नहीं कि हर 2 मिनट में हो रहा है, ऐसा मतलब थोड़ा वीडियोस में कभी कभार बीच में होता है.
Right, most meteors are the size of a
thing.
pea. So you have an asteroid, all right? There's a rock moving around the sun.
Right.
Some of their orbits cross the orbit of the Earth. And asteroids we think of as big objects, but they're smaller bits of rock out there.
Right.
All right. As it moves through Earth's atmosphere and is rendered aglow, we call it a meteor.
Okay.
See that meteor?
Look at that.
It's synonymous with shooting star,
Right.
or falling star.
Okay.
Okay. The same thing.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Right.
All
Not in Hollywood.
If it is big enough to survive this encounter with Earth's atmosphere,
Okay.
then a piece will land on the ground.
Okay.
You go pick up that piece, it's no longer a meteor, it's a meteorite.
Meteorite.
That's it. So we have two different words for the same object.
For the same thing.
Just simply if it's visible in the air.
If it's in flight, it's not a meteorite.
Did you just make that?
I did.
Okay. And depending on what the structural integrity of the rock is, will determine how big it has to be in order to survive the trip.
Okay.
By the way, it takes seconds to come through the air.
Right.
The full width of the atmosphere. It's just a matter of seconds. You could get a golf ball-sized meteor through the atmosphere and land on the ground.
Ooh.
Okay?
That's not very big.
No, it's not very big.
यार इंडिया में मीटियोर्स क्यों नहीं गिरते हैं यार? सारा मीटियोर्स अमेरिका में क्यों गिरता है? मतलब यार एक आध हमारे भी कोई गार्डन में यार एक गोल्फ बॉल ठीक है, ज्यादा बड़ा नहीं चाहिए भाई. ठीक है, गोल्फ बॉल टाइप थोड़ा हमारा गार्डन में आके भी गिरे यार. इंडिया में मीटियोर शावर नहीं होता है क्या? मैं देखता हूँ मैं जब देखो अमेरिका में मीटियोर गिर गया, अमेरिका में मीटियोर गिर meteor India. India has 3 known meteor impact crater. सिर्फ 3 बार. ज्यादा कम नंबर नहीं है भाई ये. छोटे मोटे बिट्स भी नहीं करते क्या?
It's not very big. In fact, I got one right here near my chair.
Of course. Funny how that worked out.
So, this is an iron meteorite, and this is a tiny piece of a much larger meteor that came through the air, slammed into Earth, and actually left a crater behind. So, here you go.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so why don't you hold on to that?
Oh. Ooh. Oh my. Oh. Yo, this is a workout right here. This is serious. This thing weighs about
$1 billion.
No,
so imagine.
Yeah, this is about.
Imagine this meteorite, which is an iron. It's a fragment of a much larger meteor. And imagine that just falling from the ceiling, hitting your head.
I can't imagine this. Let me tell you something. I wouldn't drop this from right here onto my lap.
From a foot above your lap, right?
I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do it. Okay.
This will. I mean.
Okay, so this was born 4.5 billion years ago. Wow. It's moved through space. Wow. It collided with Earth about 50,000 years ago.
Wow.
And based on you holding it in your midsection, you're now sterile. Like, are you done having kids?
Thank God. Thank you, meteorite.
No, it's not. I'm just kidding.
Oh my.
So, yeah, so that's an iron meteorite, and this should attract a magnet. I found a magnet in my office.
Mm-hmm.
I got a little bit of everything. So let's see. Yeah.
Look at that.
So there you go. Well, of course, that would stick because it's iron.
Iron.
Yeah, but there are many rocky meteorites are also highly magnetic.
Wow.
All right. So anyhow, these things are falling from the sky. This one was big enough to make a crater. You didn't want to be around when that happened.
No, you don't.
So falling just from the ceiling, it would crush your skull.
Without a doubt.
So now imagine this thing the size of the sphere of the Hayden Planetarium.
No.
Moving at 10 miles per second through the atmosphere.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah. So it made a crater almost a mile in diameter.
Oh.
Deep enough to sink a 62-story building.
Wow.
That crater is Meteor Crater in Arizona.
I thought there was one in Mexico that was like that.
No. You might be confusing that with the one that took out the dinosaurs.
The Yucatan.
But that crater is buried under the Gulf.
Oh,
It was discovered by oil prospectors.
Texas took out the dinosaurs.
Crater is Meteor Crater in Arizona.
I thought there was one in Mexico that was like that.
No. You might be confusing that with the one that took out the dinosaurs.
The Yucatan.
But that crater is buried under the
डायनासोर को टेक आउट किया था वो मेक्सिको में है the dinosaur Chilagua crater is a center on the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. कैसे पढ़ते हैं इसे भाई?
The Chicxulub crater. According to Natural
Chicxulub
History Museum, the impact site, known as the Chicxulub crater, is sent. The Chicxulub crater.
Chicxulub crater कहते हैं उसे, which took out all the dinosaurs. Chicxulub crater is the center on the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. The asteroid is thought to have been between 10 to 15 kilometers wide. Fuck. But the velocity of its collision caused the crater a much larger crater, 150 kilometers in diameter. Wow. And second, वो भी second largest crater था. First कौन सा है फिर? Crater. ये सब लिखना पड़ता है यार. By default.
According to Statista, first on the list, and the largest, is the Wadeford crater, located.
Wadeford crater. Wadeford Chicxulub crater. Wadeford 300 किलोमीटर वाइड है भाई साहब. Wadeford crater कहाँ पे है? साउथ अफ्रीका, जोहान्सबर्ग में. देखूंगा भाई कभी ना कभी तो मैं. The crater was formed an estimated 2 billion years ago. Today has the estimated diameter of 300 kilometers next to Chicxulub. So 2 billion year पहले अब Chicxulub. Nice.
The Gulf.
Oh,
It was discovered by oil prospecting oil companies.
Of course.
They found a little ridge line.
Right.
Let's follow this around. It made a whole big circle. Yeah. And they dated it 65 million years ago. That's not the smoke, that's the gun.
Right.
The smoking gun of the death of the dinosaurs. Anyhow, this stuff is falling from the sky. Most of it are tiny little bits and pieces, the size of peas. If it's about the size of a golf ball, a little larger, it'll make it to the ground. So, what that means is, when you saw this fireball, that's not much bigger than a golf ball. That's evidence of how much energy is getting dissipated into the atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's going 10 miles a second, and it's slowing down rapidly, moving through the air. It's hard to think of air as something that'll slow you down.
Right.
But if you're going 10 miles a second, it's going to slow you down good.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Okay?
Yeah.
And you can try this exercise. Next time you're driving your car, roll down, or however you open windows these days, lower the window, stick your hand out. You're going 60 miles an hour down the street. Stick your hand out. It is energy to keep your wrist rigid against the moving air.
Yeah.
The air is doing stuff to your hand.
Exactly.
That's 60 miles an hour, not 10 miles per second.
Yeah, that's 60
Okay?
miles, right.
10 miles per second, it'll rip your hand off and it'll fly into the air.
Yeah.
So, if you're going that fast and hit Earth's atmosphere, it's like you're hitting a brick wall.
Why is this breeze peeling off my skin? I do not. Why do I look like I'm looking into the Ark of the Covenant?
You can ask, how many of these little particles are there? So Earth plows through several hundred tons of meteors a day. Most of it is in these small particles. Some are larger. And occasionally you get something big enough so that the streak is longer in the sky. It's much brighter in the sky, brighter than even the planet Venus, for example. We have some very loose definitions of what the brightness level should be before it gets a new category. But we call these collectively bolides.
Do you wish to move your data science career abroad? Having a global outlook and getting exposure can help you.
Bolides. When you see a bolide, you can't point it out to other people.
It happens that quickly?
It doesn't last that long.
Wow.
It lasts, a couple of seconds. You look at it, and you say, hey, Joe, Mary, turn and look at this. And it's gone. And
another bolide, huh?
So meteors are very personal experiences.
Right, yeah.
So when you're meteor hunting, you want to go out in an open field and just go as
कभी भी तुमको मीटर दिखे, save it for yourself. Just watch it. Don't go to किसी और को तुम ऐसे नहीं कि भाई देख देख तब तक तो गया तुम्हारे लिए भी जब तुमको दिख रहा है तो तुम ही देख लो ऐसे कर लो ओए देख 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 ऐसे कर लो ठीक है
wide as you can, and then you catch them in your peripheral vision. So I've been with groups and say, "Oh, look over here!"
Right,
and then nobody else sees it. Nobody sees it.
Too late.
So it's hard for me to say it, but I have to. I say, "Shut."
Right? Yeah. Keep it to yourself.
Keep it to yourself.
Keep it to yourself.
Right.
So it's the solar system has little leftovers just hanging.
Yes.
And we're rotating into these leftovers.
We're rotating, but we're revolving around the sun in our orbit, plowing through it. Yes.
Why is it then that these things don't take out our satellites and the crazy amount of junk that we have in our front yard?
They do.
Ooh, get out!
For example, the Hubble telescope has what we call a safe mode.
Yeah.
All right. Because while there are meteors every night, several times a year, there are swarms of meteors, and we call those meteor showers. You get a meteor shower from a part of Earth's orbit where a comet had been, and it had left behind all this debris that continues to orbit the sun. Because a comet is a dirty ice ball. The ice evaporates. What happens to the dirt? It stays in orbit.
There. Gotcha.
So that's why meteor showers occur at the same time every year. Probably the most famous of these is the Perseid meteor showers, which takes place in the second week of August, August 10th, 11th, 12th. It's a wide meteor shower, so you can see it over several days. That's how long it takes Earth to plow through all of the debris. So when we are moving through the debris leftovers from a comet, when we're experiencing a meteor shower, it is wise to put your satellite in safe mode. So the Hubble telescope turns away from the direction of motion in Earth's orbit, closes the hatch to protect the mirror.
Gotcha.
Doesn't mean you won't still get hit.
Right.
But maybe you'll get hit on something that wasn't as costly as the mirror.
You'll get paddled.
Okay, so it's totally a risk.
Wow.
And the larger is our technosphere, the more of Earth's coverage. You've seen Elon launching thousands of satellites.
Yeah.
All right, some of these are going to get taken out.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Watch out, Elon. Yep, the solar system is coming to get you.
just because it's the size of a pea, if it's going 11 miles a second, it's going to do some damage.
Yeah, that's called a bullet.
Yeah, it's a BB gun that'll kill you. Right. Okay. All right. So now one last interesting fact, I think, about this. Right.
Okay.
So Earth is plowing into the meteors,
meteor shower,
right?
yeah.
To create the meteor shower. That means the backside of Earth is not getting the brunt of it, only the front side. Half of that is darkness and the other half is light. Every part of that side of the Earth is equally susceptible to meteor showers. The problem is, after the sun rises, you're not going to see them.
Yeah.
So the best time to view meteors is between midnight and morning dawn.
Oh.
Because that's the dark side of the Earth that's on the leading edge of Earth's movement around the sun.
Oh.
That's why meteor showers, you can go out at 10 p.m., you might catch one or two, but the rate rapidly goes up after midnight.
After midnight. Oh, so it's a late night party.
It's a late night party. Yeah. And the reason why the Perseids are the most famous is it happens in the summertime.
Right.
You just go out on lawn chairs You chilling all night.
Yeah.
Now, in the summertime, you're on daylight savings, so midnight is really 1 a.m. on your clock.
Right.
Okay. The universe doesn't care about daylight
Yeah,
savings
yeah,
time.
exactly.
So you have to wait till after 1 a.m.
अब नेक्स्ट ईयर, अब तो समर चलेगा, अब नेक्स्ट ईयर मैं देखूंगा कि यहाँ से दिखते हैं कि नहीं भाई, meteor showers, midnight in summers.
And that's when the rate rapidly increases, not only for any random day, but especially for the meteor showers.
Sounds like a cool rave.
All right, that's just some extra info about
That's
meteor showers.
Awesome.
Yeah, and bolide, you'll see a few of those in your lifetime.
I have yet to.
Yeah, because you ain't looking up.
How about if I look at the meteor on my phone?
Then you'll be in violation of the major tenet of our brand, which is
look up.
As always. Where you going now? What? Oh, he's looking up on the phone. Check. You have to want to look up without.
I found a loophole.
He did find a loophole in keep looking up. Chuck. Anyhow.
मस्त टॉक था भाई, मजा आ गया। इसलिए यार मतलब साइंस टॉक देखने में था भाई, ठीक है। और नील डिग्रेस है ना, नील बोलते चलो, पूरा नाम नहीं, नील मतलब एक नंबर समझाता भाई, बिल्कुल लेमेन्स टर्म में तुमको समझाएगा, ऐसे समझाएगा कि तुम 4 साल के बच्चे हो, उसको साइंस में हम कॉम्प्लेक्स टॉपिक कैसे समझाएं। सो चलो ये वाला अब हम यहीं खत्म करते हैं।